Welcome to this episode of the Matthew Bronson Show with Ann Street, Consumer Products Edition.
New and different.
That's right. But out of necessity, great things are born. So we're going to talk about moving.
Oh boy.
Moving a residence, but not a complete residence. That's a whole nother set of things you need to think about.
Okay.
I had the experience of having a few items move. A dining room table and some chairs and a rocker. Easy peasy, right?
Well, not inexpensive items though.
No, not inexpensive.
And family items?
Yes.
Okay.
Former family.
Well,
they don't know.
They have more value.
Yes.
More value.
Well, that's why we were moving them. But shame on me. I should know better. But I let my guard down because it wasn't like when I have moved my whole household where I did the basic things. Got multiple quotes.
That's good.
Got an estimate of delivery.
Okay.
That the internet is great for that. Had conversations with the vendor.
Okay.
Had email assurance that it was replacement value.
Okay.
So if you ever move, any mover will tell you to pay that extra money to get full replacement value.
Right. Because that can be different than
A
just
whole
fixing.
lot different. That's right.
Okay.
So the company came, and we're talking about NoLogo movers, and we're in the southeast central Florida, and I think they kind of work that whole corridor. And people came. I'm all choked up here, but seemed like okay guys. They had a moving truck.
Okay.
They used the furniture pads.
Okay.
Put it on the truck.
Seemed competent in what they were doing.
Yep.
Okay.
They-
Not
they-
their first rodeo.
No. And I didn't realize till later I had made a few mistakes.
Okay.
First of all, I did charge it on a major credit card because I thought I would have some protection that way. Half the cost.
When they picked it up, and then half upon delivery?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And because, you figure they're going to deliver it so they can get the other half. This was during the spring when the water was all messed up. Do I get water? Oh, thank you. It's nice to have interns, isn't it? I'd like a little more lime in the martinis, but that's okay. All right, so back to the show. Isn't this professional? What does Connie Chung do? She yells at Maury.
Coffee.
Yes. And then everything fell apart.
Ah. The delivery part is
Yes.
the key.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pickup went smoothly. All right,
Okay.
so they now have possession of your stuff. So you're kind of helpless.
And they have your credit card number.
Yes. And as it turned out, 4 days after they picked it up, the people that were moving it, and I don't know if these were employees of NoLogo, it really should be NoGoGo, but it is NoLogo movers, and they had charged the balance of it.
Ah.
I didn't know that till I got my credit card bill.
Right, which might be 15 to 20 days later.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I know that there's another 30 days before I have to pay it. So it could be 35 days from the time the charge actually happened because I'm on top of my finances.
Yeah.
Until the lights go out, I
Right.
figure I got time.
Yeah, that's right.
I do keep my gas filled in my car though. I don't let that go down very low. All right, so back to moving. So it kept getting delayed over and over because of the snow on the eastern
The
seaboard.
weather, right?
What I couldn't understand was, grocery stores were still getting groceries. People were driving back and forth. Why couldn't my shipment of furniture get through? And there was no good answer for that. The people at NoLogo headquarters, wherever the phone was answered, the proverbial runaround.
Okay.
Right. Eventually, it ended up in Baltimore because it was going to a suburb of D.C., kind of in between
Okay.
D.C. and Baltimore.
So it's close. It's close, but they didn't make the final
Didn't make
delivery.
it Well, all right, so then it was going to be set for delivery, and that didn't happen because it turned out that they couldn't find several pieces of these 5 or 6 pieces that were being sent.
No.
And then it was more of these lies, lies, lies. Then it turned out a couple of pieces ended up at a Dallas depot for another jobber that they use.
Wow, so things really got separated.
Yeah, their integrity from their money.
Right.
So, eventually, we're talking 3 months.
No kidding.
It ended up, they brought a trailer to the destination, dropped it off, and then said, we'll be back tomorrow to unload it. It's a dining room table and 6 chairs and a rocker.
How long?
Why do you
did that
need to
take?
come back
Yeah.
to do that? So the family that was receiving it at least had the more sense than me and looked at the stuff with the delivery guy. Table leg broken, chair leg broken, so they documented it there. They didn't wait for these people to come back. They just got some friends and unloaded the truck. It's not that big a deal.
Right, right. You wouldn't think it was.
No. So the nightmare goes on trying to get it repaired. No one came out, someone was going to estimate it. Finally, a holiday was coming up. They wanted to use the table, so they went and got it repaired and said, we'll just send them a receipt. Get it repaired, get the receipt. No payments coming, no payments coming. No one knows what to do. Kept calling NoLogo movers.
This is a real nightmare,
It is.
just for a couple of pieces of furniture.
Now, in my defense, I got 6 quotes, and this was not the lowest. It was the second to lowest. But it
Okay.
wasn't like it was half the price, where you go, oh, you get what you deserve or whatever.
Yeah.
So then I started doing some research on, well, what can we do? Who can we talk to? There is a website where you can check the DOT, Department of Transportation, to see if they're licensed, if they have some kind of a special number, long haul carrier or whatever.
Okay.
These people were no longer registered. They had their name, but it said inactive.
So, like, we're talking licensed, bonded, insured.
Right.
Better Business Bureau?
They are not part of the Better Business Bureau.
Okay.
I did not think that would be someone that you would go to check out a mover.
Okay.
So-
Angie's List?
I'm not a fan of Angie's List.
Okay. That's all right. Just
I-
throwing it out there.
But because there's so much information out there that I could have found out without having to pay to get it if I had just been a little more on top of my game.
Okay.
So what I've learned is, obviously, if someone's picking up something from your house, get a complete inventory, which I do when I move. I get a long inventory. 3 pieces, it's like, you get a little more lax. That might have been after happy hour, I don't know.
Yeah. And a picture says 1,000 words.
Right.
It's nice to have the pictures
We
of
did
the
have
quality.
we did
Okay.
have pictures of all the stuff.
Okay. That's good.
But when someone takes something from your house, get a signed list. I had emails saying that I had full replacement insurance, but since I didn't have that document of it being picked up where it says this is fully insured, I didn't really have anybody's signature. I just had an email,
Okay.
which I thought was okay. If you're dealing with a company with integrity,
Right.
they would have had a signed document for us when they picked it up. I should have gone to Department of Transportation and checked out their license, make sure that they were still active, that maybe Better Business Bureau.
Now, did they give you an estimate of when the delivery should have happened, or did they just say this should happen within 2 to 3 weeks?
It would
or was
happen within 2 weeks because they have people going up and down
Right.
that quarter all
Was
the time.
it written, though?
That was in the email
Okay.
because
Okay.
I was neglectful and never did get that
Just-
document.
okay.
So I think several things to learn here. Even if it is a single chair, as you said, get a picture, get the signed receipt that this chair was picked up,
Right.
some kind of description possibly, notification if you are getting it fully insured for full replacement, however you're going to make your payment, make your payment. If it is a credit card, which I suggest, and half upon delivery, check your credit card company every couple of days to see if perhaps something was charged to it, because you don't know who that
Right.
person is that's picking it up. They say, I'm here from the mover. And even good companies sometimes have some people that
Bad
are not.
employees.
or they go bad, something happened.
Okay.
Any other things that people should do, other than everything I didn't do?
I think the signed receipt for the pickup and then the written estimate of delivery too. Because if you have a time frame you need it in, you want to know it's not going to be when we get a truck there, it's going to be within 2 weeks.
Right.
Because with a partial delivery, they could just say, well, we didn't deliver it because we didn't have a full load going that way.
Right.
So you could wait for...
Ever.
Yeah.
Well, and then I guess, common sense should have said, the light bulb should have gone off. It can't be held up by all that snow, even though it was weekly, because
Other things
commerce went through.
Right.
Why
It got to Baltimore.
Well, but that took, who knows when it got there? We
That's
don't
true.
really know.
That's true.
But it wasn't confirmed for a couple of months. And the other thing is, even though the credit card company I was using does do a great job of protecting the consumer if something goes wrong with a purchase, it was over 90 days.
So...
The warranty period had expired,
Right.
and I couldn't even really file a fraud charge because it was too long. I could file a complaint against NoLogo with that credit card company
Right.
for misusing it, but that particular incident had expired,
Right.
which
So
is
there's a
reasonable,
timeline.
90
Yeah.
days. And so, shame on Matthew.
I-
But it's there,
Good.
it's fixed,
Good.
they're enjoying it, and hopefully karma will...
So you've never gotten reimbursed?
No, not to this day.
Wow. No logo.
Right.
Movers.
Is a no-go.
Is a no-go.
On the plus side, the spouse of the family members who were receiving it is an attorney. So they can litigate
There you
all day long. So that's why I say karma.
Comes around.
Right.
Very
So,
good.
but it's not so much to whiplash no logo, because people will figure that on their own. It's more that I just want to communicate to people to what to do, just because it's a small move.
Right.
There are still process and procedures that you follow when you make a move.
To ensure a timely delivery and...
Protection of your
Charge.
stuff.
Right.
Kids go to school every year, every semester they come back and forth. People could be like me where they're just passing on a piece of furniture to family.
Yeah.
So do the right thing and check out, as you would anything anybody you're doing business with, to make sure that they are who they say they are and that everybody's happy with them.
Very good.
So for the very sad Matthew Bronson and the very happy Ann Street, we'll see you next time.